Good evening, I'm sick. Hello, hope you're doing great today. Today we're going to be checking out the top 10 coldest winters in the USA. We are approaching that end of the... We are approaching that season. It's my favorite season in the whole wide world, actually, because it has Halloween and Christmas rolled into one. They're great. Hope you're doing great, because you're looking great. Let's... Never get any better at this, do I? Let's go. By the way, do you guys get, like, it's maybe a stupid question. Do you guys get the winter at the same time of year? Like, you know, because we're on a globe, you know, like our winter is probably starting soon, I think. It hasn't arrived yet, but when does winter officially start for you guys?
As I speak, winter is almost upon us.
Something's not right
in
there.
This video, which U.S. cities are going to be the coldest this year?
All right, tell me.
The cold weather has started in parts of the country already, and it's just going to get colder, just like every year. Back in the day, we prepared for winter. We chopped wood, we filled pantries, we bought new sweaters, we gained some weight, and maybe had some sort of festival or ritual. These days, we just make sure we got tire chains or winter tires.
Look
There's
at
also
that.
this new trend called the winter...
Like, guys... I've said this before. I don't think you understand. I don't even know how to fathom this, how this would look in real life. The most snow we would ever get is probably all the snow that's on top of this vehicle, but spread across the entire Isle of Ireland. Just all this. Imagine all this snow that's on this car spread across the whole country. That's probably the most we get. Now, in all seriousness, there was one year that it did kind of lie. But, like, you don't see this here.
Tires.
At all.
There's also this new trend called the Winter Arc Challenge. It might not be new, but it's been making the rounds on the internet, and I thought it was interesting. Winter Arc Challenge is a chains or winter tires. There's also this new trend called the Winter Arc Challenge. It might not be new, but it's been making the rounds on the internet, and I thought it was interesting. Winter Arc Challenge is a self-improvement project conducted between...
Brother, what is this beautiful animal? I know it's a dog, but what type of dog is that?
Arc Challenge is a self-improvement project conducted between October and January. The people that do this, bunch of hippies, claim it's the perfect time to set goals for healthy habits. They say it's also a perfect time to do a bunch of that hippie stuff like inward reflection and, you know, just try and get through winter. That's all we want to do. Today we look at the coldest cities in the U.S.
Look at that,
we are
man.
ranking them by their...
Where even is this? Surely this isn't a town. This has got to be some sort of resort. If this is just the town and the way it looks, this is the most beautiful town I've ever seen in my life.
Average low during the winter. If this video gets enough interest, we'll do the small town version, and there are some even colder small towns than these cities. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look.
All right. Here we go. Bozeman.
Number 11, Bozeman, Montana. That's right, we got 11 because number 10 and number 11 have the same average temperature during the winter. But back to Bozeman. Bozeman, Montana.
I ain't gonna lie, that just looks cold. There doesn't even need to be any snow for that. You know what I mean? I done a video recently on UK Chinese food, and you guys says there's no color in it, and this looks like this town looks like UK Chinese food. That's no offense. I just mean it looks cold, looks dull. You know when you look at something and you just know it's cold?
Where winter doesn't just happen, it thrives.
It seems like you look at UK food and say it looks terrible.
That makes you question reality. It's only at number 11 on this list. But don't let that fool you. Bozeman is
number 11. This is a list of top 10.
place where the snow arrives early, overstays its welcome, and then leaves you wondering why you didn't invest in a snowplow business. As subscriber Glenn C. put it, the snow just keeps coming, making it perfect for skiing, but not so much for nude sunbathing. Well put, Glenn.
Well, hey, Glenn, let me tell you something about nude.
Bozeman is a hub for winter sport enthusiasts. If you love skiing, snowboarding, or just being out despite the cold, this is your paradise. The downside, you better love winter because it's going to be around for a while.
Yo, look at those mountains, though. Holy shit. What a beautiful place, man.
The snow here gets so deep that you practically have to tunnel to your neighbor's house to borrow some sugar. But on the bright side, you can skip leg and back day at the gym. Your daily snow shoveling routine will take care of that for you. And let's not forget the beautiful mountain scenery. Bozeman's backdrop is stunning year-round, even though you're probably going to be viewing it from behind frosty windows a good portion of the year. But with the snowy landscape and the active outdoor culture, Bozeman makes winter almost tolerable, if you're into that sort of thing. If you don't like the cold, and you don't like to be out in the cold, winter temperature in Bozeman, Montana is 16 degrees Fahrenheit, and its record low temperature in...
Wait a minute. I'm gonna need a thing. I'm gonna need my converter. Fahrenheit, Celsius. Okay, so average temperature here is -8. The average temperature of this city is -8 all year round. What?
The winter was -43 degrees in 1936.
Surely if you breathe in this air, you just fucking freeze. What? I can't even read this. It was a Concord, New Hampshire. New Hampshire.
Number 10, Concord, New Hampshire. Concord, New Hampshire, where the cold is as classic as the colonial architecture. With an average winter temperature of ice cream, it also might be one of the warmest cities on this list.
Ice cream?
But don't get too excited. Concord still delivers all the snow, ice, and frigid temperatures you'd expect from a classic New England winter. It's the perfect place to enjoy winter storms that knock out power, create black ice, and help you find the joy of scraping frost off your windshield every single morning. But don't worry, Concord's got that quaint New England charm to keep you company
Yo,
while
look
you
at the
freeze.
colors of the trees here. Oh, is that someone's home? How rich do you need to be to own a home surrounded by this? They got a little boat thing and everything. Look at that.
You can stroll through historic
Living.
streets, admire the colonial buildings, and quickly retreat back inside before you turn into a human icicle. If you like your winters cold, snowy, and picturesque, Concord checks all those boxes. Side note, they have a pretty good-sized retirement community in this town. But while you're cozying up to that fireplace, just remember that Concord's cold isn't as bad as some of the really frigid places on this list. Sure, it's still freezing, but at least you can enjoy some hot cider.
Hey, bro, this place is beautiful. I would love to take a little walk here. I can just imagine me going for a walk, getting back to the house, cup of hot chocolate, sitting in front of a fire.
Gazing out at the snowy landscape, pretending you're in a Hallmark movie. But don't forget to wear your gloves when you venture outside, or that perfect postcard scene might turn into a frostbite nightmare. The average winter temperature in Concord, New Hampshire
16
is
as well.
16 degrees Fahrenheit. Their record-breaking low, 37 degrees below zero in 1943.
That is insane. Do you ever wonder why we don't get those temperatures anymore? Like, that's 2 in a row now that the lowest temperature ever was like -40 or -30. Why does that not happen anymore? Like, what has been the coldest temperature as of recent years? If anybody can let me know, if there's even a video on that, somebody let me know. Basically just let's say last 20 years after the turn of the year 2000, what has been the coldest temperature? Has it even been close to that? Bet it hasn't.
Number 9, Helena, Montana. Helena is where the beauty of the mountains almost makes you forget you're freezing. Almost. With an average temperature of a slushy Fahrenheit, Helena offers all the cold you could want in a lifetime, mixed with stunning views of snow-capped mountains.
That's
if you're going to
nice,
suffer
man.
through winter, at least you have something good to look at to
Damn.
distract you from your fingers going numb. Winter in Helena is all about crisp air, powdery snow, and the kind of cold that makes your breath freeze in front of you. The plus side? It's a skier's paradise like just about any place in Montana. Downside? You'll need to defrost afterwards. Don't let the gorgeous landscapes fool you, though.
Yeah.
Helena's winters are harsh. Buy yourself a log cabin and get yourself a heavy spouse and stay warm in the winter.
Heavy
One of Helena's
spouse?
best kept secrets is the fact that even though it's cold, it's a dry cold.
What?
That means you won't have to deal with damp, bone-chilling misery like you would in other places. So while you're still freezing, you'll be freezing in style. And honestly, that's all you can ask for when you're
Okay.
living in one of the coldest cities in the U.S. The average winter temperature in Helena is 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the
Oh my
previous
God.
record was -34 degrees Fahrenheit set in
-9.
1888. But Helena, Montana hit -35 degrees this year, January actually, breaking a
Well, there's my answer. There's my question answered, man. Are you joking? I didn't think it got this cold anymore. Oh my God.
136-year record with -35
That is
degrees
crazy.
Fahrenheit.
I don't think I'd survive that.
Number 8.
What does that say? Margarita, Michigan.
Number 8, Marquette, Michigan. Marquette, Michigan, where the snow never stops and the winter seems to last
Close
forever.
enough.
With an average winter temperature of a popsicle, this Upper Peninsula town offers more snow than you ever
What the hell is this? What is that, man? That looks so out of place. Is that for like building boats or something
thought
on?
possible. Want to see what it's like to live in a snow globe? Move to Marquette. You know it's cold when you are 3 hours north of the frozen tundra of Green Bay in Lambeau Field. Snowstorms here aren't just occasional, they're a regular occurrence. If
Oh,
you
really?
enjoy the sound of a snowblower at 6 a.m., this is the place for you.
Okay.
The good news is, If you're into winter sports, Marquette is a dream. Skiing, snowshoeing, and even ice fishing are common pastimes here. The bad news, you'll have to dig your way out of your house to do them. But hey, at least you get to be in shape from all that shoveling. And let's not forget the lake effect. Living near Lake Superior means you get even more snow than you bargained for. But don't worry, you'll barely notice after your first few months of hibernating indoors. Embrace it, and you just might survive.
Does anybody watching this, guys? If you live in any of the places on this list, please do let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what your stories are. Tell me something about what you guys go through on a basis whenever like a snowstorm happens. I'd love to know. I love details.
Winters with your sanity intact.
That's nice.
Only time will tell. The average winter temperature in Marquette, Michigan is 13 degrees Fahrenheit. The coldest temperature ever in Marquette was minus 33
Is this
degrees
getting
Fahrenheit,
colder?
which happened in February of 1861.
I didn't know it was going to be like in order of, because sometimes these lists are in order and it'll just be the temperatures will be all over the place. It's just literally a list of 10, not descending or ascending, if you know what I mean. I don't even when he says average temperature, that's what he means the whole year round. That's what that is. So minus 10 all year round, average. Why does that not sound correct? Is that right? Someone let me know.
Number
Anchorage.
7,
I know that
Anchorage, Alaska. Anchorage
here we
is
go.
cold, but it's not the coldest Alaskan city on this list. Sure, it's still freezing cold, but at an average temperature that...
Yo, look at that view, though. It's just there, isn't it? It's just like nothing, boom, mountains everywhere.
It's about the same as the entrance to an igloo. It feels more like a tropical beach compared to the coldest one on this list. Anchorage does have an advantage over that other Alaskan city. Breathtaking views of snow-capped mountains and glaciers. Winters in Alaska are long and dark and cold.
I was
But at
going to
least you get
say,
a chance-
isn't Alaska like one of the places on Earth where there's very little daylight? Or like or is it the other way around? Is it there's a place where there's daylight 24/7, or there's a place where it's like dark for like a month or something like that?
to see a moose. While you're out looking for that moose, you get to enjoy the beautiful surroundings. And if you're into outdoor activities like skiing and dog sledding, Anchorage is the place to be. Just be prepared to deal with the snow that seems to never melt.
That
The
looks
real
like such a
highlight to
nice
living
place,
in
though.
Anchorage is the Northern Lights. Yep, you can watch the Aurora Borealis dance across the sky while you contemplate
Wow.
how many layers of clothing it's possible to wear at once. Anchorage is cold, but at least it's beautiful. The average winter temperature in Anchorage, Alaska is 11 degrees Fahrenheit. Anchorage,
Oh my god, that's minus 11. What? What in the holy hell, man? That is insane.
the average winter temperature in Anchorage, Alaska is 11 degrees Fahrenheit. Anchorage, Alaska's record-breaking low was minus 38 degrees
Fucking
Fahrenheit. That was
hell.
in 1946. It has a dash 1947 as well. I think it happened both years.
See, I just don't. St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Number 6, St. Cloud,
How do you
Minnesota.
survive that?
Welcome to St. Cloud, Minnesota, where the winters are cold enough to make you question the meaning of life. With an average winter temperature of Hoth, it's the kind of place where
Hoth? Like, whenever I say how do you survive that, I mean, like, in 1940s and before, right? Now we've got, we're a little bit better, technology, we're a bit better situated. But, like, back in the day, man, they weren't. So I don't understand how we are here. How the hell did our ancestors go through all that shit with literally nowhere to live, hide, fucking... You know what I mean? Like, I know people had fire, but not everyone had access to fire. Not everybody knew how to make a fire. Sometimes it was too wet to make a fire, and then, there's so many questions go through my head. I just don't get it, man, but here we are.
stepping outside is, you feel like it's a dare.
Look
Sure,
at
you just
that.
have to go get some milk, but feels like someone had to dare you to do this to get you outside the
Jesus.
house. But at least the snow is pretty, right? Nice, fluffy, it's white. Everyone
Bro, what is this device? You're gonna scrape your bloody car?
enjoys the snow for like the first 2 hours. It's just too bad this stays for what seems like forever. You'll spend most of the winter trying to shovel your way out of a snowbank while wondering why you didn't move to Florida or Arizona for that matter. St. Cloud offers all the usual Midwestern winter joys. Freezing wind, ice-coated polluted sidewalks, and snowstorms that make you consider starting a new career as a hermit in the Australian outback.
That wouldn't be too
There's
bad.
a plus side to this. Whenever someone tells you how cold it is, you get to respond with, "Oh, you think that's cold?" And then you tell your story.
Yo!
Please, I lived in St. Cloud. This is nothing. It's like an icy badge of honor. One of the best perks of St. Cloud's freezing winter is the sense of camaraderie among locals. Nothing brings people
Fucking
together quite
hell.
like mutual suffering. You and your neighbors will bond over ice scraping techniques
Yep.
and swapping stories about who got their car unstuck from the snowdrift the fastest. It's a Midwestern thing. St. Cloud has an average winter temperature of 10 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh
the
my.
coldest temperature in St. Cloud, Minnesota's history was minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit, which happened in January of 1977.
Minus 12. Bismarck, North Dakota.
Number 5, Bismarck, North Dakota. Bismarck, North Dakota, where 25 degrees Fahrenheit starts to feel like a reasonable temperature. That's how it is in this city. The winters here are long, cold, and snowy enough to remind you that you live in the great frozen plains of the United States. If you've ever dreamed of experience winter for 6 months straight, Bismarck can make long, cold, and snowy enough to remind you that you live in the great frozen plains of the United States. If you've ever dreamed of experience winter for 6 months straight, Bismarck can make that dream come true. The good news, though, you'll get plenty of opportunity to test your endurance, whether it's driving on icy roads or
Where is
trying
she
not to
going?
freeze
Or
your
where
nose
is he
off on
going?
a short walk. The snowbanks in Bismarck are no joke, and you might find yourself wondering if you'll ever see grass again. Spoiler alert, you won't until spring, maybe. But on the
Fair
bright
play,
side,
man.
you'll get to enjoy some beautiful scenery, as long as you don't mind seeing it from the warmth of your home. Just make sure you have enough firewood, hot drinks, and you are subscribed to World According to...
Yeah, this may sound like a stupid question. I'm gonna throw it out there anyway because all my questions aren't that smart. At what point should you not be going outside? Like your fella there or that lady was walking in the snow, looked absolutely freezing. His feet were definitely not in a good place because they were in deep in the inches of fucking snow. I don't know where he's going. Maybe walking home. Hopefully it wasn't that far. Hopefully he's okay. But at what point is it dangerous to be doing that? Like, at what temperature? What temperature should you not be doing that? You know what I mean?
Briggs, and you've also hit that
Let me know.
notification button. The average winter temperature in Bismarck, North Dakota is 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Their lowest temperature ever recorded was minus
12
45
again.
degrees in both 1916 and 1936.
That is insane. Minus, was that 46 or 43?
16 and
45.
1936.
Jesus. International Falls.
Number 4,
Minnesota.
International Falls, Minnesota. International Falls, fondly known as the icebox of the nation. They weren't kidding when they got that nickname. The winter temperatures here are only the envy of northern Siberia
wow.
residents. This town delivers on its promise of being colder than the heart of a stripper when you've run out of money. If you're the type
Hey!
of person who loves frozen eyelashes and the sensation of your nose hairs freezing on contact, look no further than International Falls, Minnesota. Moving here means your freezer will be warmer than your backyard. Winter in International Falls lasts about 6 months, but hey, who's counting really? Snowbanks are as tall as your house, and you'll spend a weird amount of time
A freezer will be warmer than outside.
watching the screensaver on your computer, just waiting for that tropical beach to come back on. The silver lining? Your hot chocolate game will become top tier, and your ability to start a fire in a wood stove will rival Bear Grylls. Fun fact, they have an annual Icebox Festival, because why not
what?
embrace the misery with a celebration? One lady said, "The good news about International Falls is every time we get a blizzard, we have a baby boom 9 months later." The average
everybody
winter
doing about it
temperature
is-
low
yay.
in International
Dogging.
Falls, Minnesota is 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And their absolute coldest day was minus 55 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's minus 15 Celsius for me. Minus 55! What's that? Minus, that is fucking hell. Oh my goodness. It's minus 48.
Set in 1909.
Holy shit. That is absolute. That's the most insane thing I've seen.
Number 3,
Fargo,
Fargo,
everybody-
North Dakota.
Haven't we already been
Next
here?
up, the delightful city of Fargo, where the winters are about as harsh
I could have
as the
swore I've seen the Fargo mentioned 8 times.
harsh as the accent in the movie named after this city. This place feels like a refrigerator on a good day. Fargo lets you experience the joy of living in a place where snow is both constant and an enemy. Forget winter wonderland, it's more like winter survival land. You'll spend most of your time indoors unless you're into the kind of outdoor fun that involves frostbite and shoveling your way to freedom. The
Frostbite's
best part
not
about living
great.
in Fargo, you'll develop a toughness, so when your friends from Iowa say it's cold there, you can say, oh, it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit in Correctionville, Iowa? That's practically summer weather here in Fargo. And yes, Correctionville is a real town in Iowa. They have like 800 residents. That might be incorrect, but it's somewhere around there.
800?
The people in Fargo are close because there's this whole bonding thing.
There's
over
only
misery.
800 people that live here. I refuse to believe that. Someone confirm? Fargo, North Dakota, 136,285. Let me just go back and just make sure that's exactly what he's saying.
Toughness. So when your friends from Iowa say it's cold there, you can say, oh, it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit in Correctionville, Iowa? That's practically summer weather here in Fargo. And yes, Correctionville is a real town in Iowa. They have like 800 residents. That
Correctionville. Oh my God, it is 768. Jesus.
might be incorrect, but it's somewhere around there. The
Damn.
people in Fargo are close because there's this whole bonding thing over misery. People in Fargo don't talk about the weather. They complain about it. It's practically a sport. The average winter temperature in Fargo, North Dakota is 4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh,
the lowest
my.
temperature they've ever had in Fargo.
Where's my converter? Sorry. What's that? That's probably like flipping 50. Or no, what am I on about? No, sorry. I don't know. Minus 15. Okay, Jesus
North
Christ.
Dakota, minus 39 degrees. That happened in 1996.
That is fucking wild, man. I don't understand how you guys are all right.
Number 2, Grand Forks, North
Everybody all right
Dakota.
over there?
Starting to see a theme here, and that theme is North Dakota's cold.
Yeah.
Welcome to Grand Forks, where the temperatures drop so low, you'll be questioning if karma is real and what did you do in a past life to deserve this.
I have been having a battle in my head throughout this video as to whether or not this guy speaking is AI. He sounds kind of real, but some of the shit he says is definitely ChatGPT'd, 100%.
Average winter temperature of, oh my god, my nipple just froze off Fahrenheit. Grand Forks has mastered the art of making
Who the hell
wish you were
says that?
anywhere else from November through March. Winter isn't just a season here, it's a full-time job. If you like the idea of shoveling snow 6 months out of the year, you're in luck. They've got plenty of it for you. Grand Forks offers all the classic winter activities like scraping ice off your windshield, trudging through the snowdrifts that make you feel like you're in a poorly planned Arctic expedition. Don't worry though, at least your house will be cozy. I mean, as long as the heating doesn't break down and your internet stays on so you could watch World According to Briggs.
All these places are so beautiful though, like as cold as they are, like at least the places they're in are, like, look at this. I know a lot of places do look nice from up in the sky when there's a sunset in the background and stuff, but like, still nice, man. I love this. I've said this before in videos. I love greenery within the city or town.
Of course. If it does, you might as well start building an igloo in the backyard just to be safe.
I
I've
will.
slept in an igloo before. They're relatively warm. The average winter temperature in Grand Forks is 3 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my.
That's the average.
Average temperature is... Also, I'm about to say what is the temp inside an igloo? How do you spell IG? LOO? What is IG levels? What temp is inside an igloo? 16 degrees? How? I don't understand that, man. Isn't it made of ice? Can someone please explain to me the inner workings of an igloo?
Lowest recorded temperature was in 2004, and it was minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, if you're thinking about moving to one of these places, there's a link for Home and Money in the comment section below. They can get you in touch with a real estate agent anywhere in the country. And the question of the day, can you live in a cold climate like this? And if you could,
No.
which one of these cities is most appealing to you?
Honestly, I
All
couldn't.
right, on to number 1.
Couldn't, man. Fairbanks, Alaska.
And number 1, Fairbanks, Alaska. I've been here. I didn't go during the winter, thank God. I was there in May and June one year, and it was pleasant. I think there was a lot of mosquitoes. I think that was my problem with the place. Been many years. But Fairbanks isn't just cold, it's practically
Mosquitoes? I didn't think mosquitoes went to places that were cold.
the North Pole, without the perk of Santa's workshop.
Thought they were
Residents here have
hot.
2 main hobbies, layering clothes and making sure their car battery doesn't freeze solid. But hey, at least you'll get to enjoy the beauty of the Northern Lights like you did down in Anchorage. But here, while you're watching those Northern Lights, you'll slowly lose feeling in your toes. It's all
Nice.
about perspective, right? If you're planning to live in Fairbanks, forget about your favorite jeans or fashionable winter coat. Here, survival is the fashion statement of the year. Think Polar Explorer chic. It's still not the snowiest city in the United States, but it gets bad. I had a couple friends that
How
were
hot?
stationed
How
in
cold?
Fort Wainwright, which is right there
It's
in
gonna be like
Fairbanks.
0 or something,
The
isn't
pictures
it?
on their Facebook, was insane. The average winter temperature low in Fairbanks, Alaska is minus 17 degrees. The lowest temperature ever recorded in Fairbanks.
What? There's no way. Well, we went from 3 to minus 17. Are you joking? It gets this cold. Minus 17. The average temperature in this place is minus 27 degrees Celsius. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how. I honestly do not know how people do this. I would be a bit too cold for this, man. Average temperature is minus 17 degrees Fahrenheit. What's the hottest it gets? The hottest temperature in Fairbanks is 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, that's ever. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction video here today. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe, have fun, enjoy yourself. Bye.